welcome to Binge Buddies.
I'm just going to use that. I'm your host, as always, Bryan Dressel. With me, as always. Sorry, Fork the Forking Forkos. Me, your host, as always, Bryan Dressel. With me, as always, is Matt, Zombie Dog Confucius Dykes.
Did you say Fork the Forking Forkos then as well?
I think so, yeah. Did it kind of come out like a bullshit British accent?
I mean, there's a lot of British accents, to be fair.
And the horrible American ones are the best ones. We also have Johanne Brahms, Dewitte.
I've got a brother-in-law who's British and lives in New York City. Sounds plenty British to me, but apparently when they go back to the UK, he distinctly has a more Americanized British accent.
Does he get ripped
I guarantee that his accent is not British at all.
We also have Ryan Gandhi Lutens.
I'm not hungry, guys.
I think we've had Gandhi before.
I think we have too. He really fell in the ranks. I think we had Gandhi like a long time ago, and now he's like down at like 40. Like Gandhi's been getting the shit.
What if there's somebody out there just shitting on people? Be like, nope, sorry,
no Gandhi.
No,
Jesus has gone up.
Yep.
Gandhi's gone down.
Yep.
That makes me think a lot.
Germans are going up.
That's making me think a lot of a certain type of person from America has been voting on this poll.
Yeah, I mean,
Christians exist outside America. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but we're the worst ones.
It's the Gandhi going down though.
I mean, Homer was also way higher on this list. He's super far down now. Like,
it's because he's probably eating a lot of the donuts.
Different Homer.
Oh,
different Homer.
Really in the Odyssey, but okay.
All right, so here we are. We're talking more Good Place. We're talking what very well seems like this season 2 finale. It's not, but it definitely feels like it. As by the end of today's podcast, we are going to say goodbye to the Good Place as we know it. You can see it all folded up in one kind of goofy CGI shot.
That's like PlayStation 2 graphic
quality.
but I think it's intentionally like that.
Though. Oh, I totally agree.
Yeah,
totally
it looks like they've done it intentionally, looking that stupid. Like so, like the whole thing of like, oh yeah, this is super fake.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I agree.
What's really funny about like both of these episodes as well that we're covering, both of them could easily have been a season finale. Like with the way that both of them end, like I still think there's enough in there that like, oh, this could be the end of that episode and how it would carry on.
I guess I could see that. I think if it ended at the end of this current episode, not Best Self, it's the Best Self is the next one, right? This is
Leap of Faith. Leap to Faith.
Yeah. Leap to Faith. If it ended here, it would have worked at a season finale, but I think it'd be kind of a bummer of one. Like that, like I guess that's the end. It didn't have like the crescendo. Whereas like the next one feels more to me like this is a cliffhanger ending of like, where are they going now? I guess the whole next season will be in the real bad place. Like it had like a lot of like those implications.
Yeah, it does have that feeling of setting up some like the next storyline.
Yeah. Which I enjoy. I like all of this. It's a good way to kind of go, we might have done everything in this setting that we can.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very smart move. It's going to be more of us praising the writer's room of this show because my goodness, they are good. But to me, this is why we're doing this on Binge Buddies. Like, this is why this show to me has this staying power. It's not just some half-hour comedy that I'm like, it was a good time. I enjoyed watching it. It's because it takes risks like this. This can lose your entire audience. This is something that like most showrunners would be like, no, we can't do that because people are showing up to watch the familiar thing that they like watching at 6 p.m. on Wednesdays. When we change it, they get upset. And they decided to take that risk and go for it because they knew their characters were what people are showing up for, not for this setting. They were very, very smart about it.
It's also like the show is called The Good Place, and they're literally leaving The Good Place.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were never there.
That's not the
but it was The Good Place.
Yeah.
The project was called The Good Place as well. So you can feasibly say like, they're leaving The Good Place completely now. And it's just, it's kind of like old sitcoms that are like, the title like MASH. If MASH went on past the Korean War and they were no longer in a MASH unit.
Yeah.
It's like you wouldn't be able to do that anymore.
Yeah, what are we doing? Yeah.
Yeah,
Mash
but
the New Year's. Yeah.
yeah. But it would work. But it works so well. Like it continues on. Like we've still got 2 and a bit seasons left of the show.
We're not even done with this season. Like that's what I'm so impressed by. It's like
yeah.
And we get the feeling that things are changing. Like you legitimately understand this show. Like the end of last podcast was the end of season 2 as we currently knew it. And we are now taking a left turn. And it happens right when Sean shows up. And Sean doesn't know about the reboots. What he does know is that when he looks at the meters of the humans, they have been tortured to forking hell for however long they've been doing the reboots because they keep getting tortured. And I have this like thinking like a demon. If Michael just owned it and just went, no, I was doing reboots the whole time, and that's how we were torturing them. It's great for us. We get to pick new characters every time they figure it out. As soon as they figure it out, we reboot it. We get to start all over again. Then Vicky can go be this, I can do this, and we can have a whole bunch of fun. And they're still torturing themselves, so it's less taxing for us, but we still get to have this fun. Like he could have sold it right there. Easily could have sold it.
Yes.
And didn't. I'm like,
He was scared, and I love that because it's so subtly portrayed by Ted Danson. Like he's such a smooth talker in the show, it just works. Like you could tell it never came to his mind because of the fear behind his eyes. Like in the oh yeah.
And then that moment he gets the promotion. He gets the everything he's ever wanted since time began, and he knows it's wrong.
The thumbs down medallion.
Yeah.
It's so good.
But I love that realization. Like I'm still feeling. I know Joel changed his mind between podcasts. I'm not sure if Ryan's quite there yet. We're gonna force him there. But like for me, seeing that fear behind his eyes and him not owning this is like, oh, he's in. Like he is definitely a team cockroach. Like he's there, but he has to sell it. And the rest of this episode is him selling that he's not team cockroach. So if you're on the fence, like Ryan might be, if he's still holding those guns, this episode's going to put you through your paces because he sells it well.
Under a worse actor, it wouldn't have been conveyed as well. Right. That there was some sort of crisis of conscience here. Because they could have easily pivoted and just said, like, Michael's going to be a double crosser here, like Team Cockroach thought they were going to be, but this show does such a great job of just little hints or clues, and they're so easy to miss, and especially as you get further into later where it's like the Comedy Central roast stuff.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that because all that stuff, it feels like the way that Michael is like he's speaking in those scenes, it feels forced. It feels like a bad actor.
Yeah.
Like the way that he's delivering things, like and so like we've seen how good an actor Ted Danson is. So like when that all like looks very kind of forced and there's something a bit off
Michael
about, you're like
that actor.
Yeah, it's Michael trying his damnedest to pretend that he's still bad.
He's hamming it up. Yeah.
It's like it's perfectly described perfectly. Like it's super hammy. Like there's
you even catch him slip up for a moment. Like during the roast, he says something somewhat sincere to Eleanor. And she even calls him out, like, not very funny for a roast there, bud. Her response was, oh, really? How about this? You're in love with Chidi and he's not in love with you. Boom.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. I love bad actor Michael because I like that it's his bad actorness because we've gotten to know him works. But when you look at the rest of the people from The Bad Place, you can get why they're buying it because that's just who they are.
Right.
Like they're in it. Like this is like that's not them faking. That's just them being them. That sort of comedic, almost non-believable way of like, are you actually just this maniacally evil? Yeah, I love Puddle of Mud and Grandma got ran over by a reindeer played at the same time.
Just the fact that, like, that's all they were playing all night.
Yep.
You did like a tiny snippet of She Hates Me and rolling into it. It's so good.
With the party ending with the hates me. Throughout the episode, though, we do have this constant running back and forth of Team Cockroach, to use the quick term, going on and on about how like we're forked. Michael's not with us anymore. How are we gonna get around this? We go plead to Sean about the reboots and then try to get a train to Mini St. Clair's. Maybe we can try to figure out a way to get a train. Janet's all forked up on magnets, so she's not a help. And they're trying to figure this out. We have Eleanor, who's constantly like, trust Michael. I don't know why, trust Michael, but he came over to my house. He asked for advice. That is not something a demon would do. He's on our side. Trust Michael. It's like the first time.
It's the flip from earlier on.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was literally Team Cockroach, the episode name, where Eleanor was the one who was like, no, I don't trust him at all. Yeah. And everyone else was like, so it's this kind of the flip now that everyone else is like, Michael's betrayed us. And then Eleanor's the one that's like, no, he's still on our side.
Well, you can assume that she's the one that's been closest to Michael by the fact that Michael says like they're so uncommon, they got such common, between themselves, and because of that and her building that relationship and getting an understanding of him, I think that's part of why she was won over, a big part of it. Without those personal relationship building moments, it wouldn't have been believable throughout this show.
It's kind of unique too to see how it's Eleanor who is, we see her as the main focal point and see her change, that she's the one that brings about the trust when all the things in her life you would never trust her with anything, but she's the one willing to go all in. And so I thought that was a unique arc as well.
Well, it's also interesting, like you learn so much about Eleanor without them really even focusing on Eleanor by her defending Michael. It does this whole thing of like, she does not trust easy. She does not trust throughout her life. I don't think she trusted anyone, because the only people she should have trusted, her parents, were freaking horrible. So she does not trust easy. If Michael has somehow managed to earn her trust, it is not going to be broken easy either. Like, because she doesn't let someone in until she knows for an absolute fact she can trust them. So at that point, she's hooked. Like, I can only honestly think she could, at this point, would trust Michael and Chidi, and that would be it.
Yeah.
And it's like, now that she has to pick, she's going to pick Michael. She trusts him. He is in her circle. And it's like, I love seeing that massive shift in her character from the beginning, where that would not have happened. No way. She would have been on that train to Mini St. Clair's in a heartbeat.
With a bag of cocaine.
Well, of course.
Maybe even two.
Yeah. But this episode does it really well, because they could have been showing us the behind the scenes the whole time. I don't think it would have messed with the pacing that much had we seen them figuring out like, oh, we need to do this to hide under these, to go do this, to go try to get Vicky to be framed, to this, to that, to the other, to hiding under the train, and then having the reveal. I think they could have done it. I don't think I'd think any less of this episode. But because of the way they did it, they let you have that slight glimmer of, are they wrong? And I love the are they wrong, because the train pulls away at the very end after they just scan the neighborhood. They're definitely gone. And all five of them, including forked up Janet on her magnets, are hiding under the train. And just Chidi's like, oh, I hated that. I hated every second of it. And just the look at Michael. And it's such a good shot, because they keep it just on the edge of, is he upset or not? And like, he's just kind of glowering down at them, and then his face just breaks into tears, and he's like, you guys, I was so worried. One of the best reveals in the entirety of The Good Place, even though you know it's coming, and it's just like, oh, I love it so much.
And to do that great thing again of showing the perspective, the chain of events from the human side.
Yeah.
Almost like that kind of some of those heist movies where it's like they hide all the details until the end, and then they show the step by step. I'm a sucker for that stuff. I don't know.
For me, I think the cream of that is when they're trying to figure out, like, how did you convince Vicky to get framed? What were you whispering to her? The something Vicky something.
And the greatest part about that point, where it's like you can start calling out the moments too.
Yeah.
Where the second they asked, how did you convince? I knew the second they asked that's exactly what was going to happen.
Yep.
It's really great.
It's like that best sort of foreshadowing where it's like, it doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel like, oh, I missed something. It's like almost rewarding you for paying attention. Like just very, very well done. But now they're stuck. All the demons are gone. They're going to try to figure out a way to get to Mini St. Clair's to go find them. Oh, before we jump into the next episode, we have to mention that Derek did not stay in his coffin in the remote corner of her boundless void. Derek got out in the next episode. We didn't even mention that Derek got shunted away because I knew he was coming back, and I kind of forgot to mention that he gets shunted away. He's only gone for half an episode, if that. I mean, he's not a major character. He doesn't pop up a lot, but it's just he is not stuck in the void from here on.
Well, also they didn't stunt his vocabulary all that much, so it's really tough to tell sometimes that he's been like mind erased because Derek.
But just Derek calling the train is one of my favorite sequences, I think, of the season. Of just all aboard the train, come get on the train. It's like trying to be quiet but still wanting to do his all aboard thing. It's just like he just sells it so well. And yeah, his mind has been partially erased, so he's not as bright as he was, and he was already not very bright to begin with. But it's just all right, we're knocking on the train. Derek.
He went from like a half Jason to a quarter Jason.
Yes.
That's the threshold he's at right now.
That's a good way to put it. I like it.
Yeah, I'm for it. But yeah,
like
so
Derek, his IQ rating went from like 1 to like a decimal.
Yes. But they know now that the good place is going away, they are no longer going to be able to escape to Mindy St. Clair's. It's kind of a bummer. We don't see Mindy for a little while. I don't want to spoil everything. She's not gone forever. But she's not going to be around for a little bit. So they got to send her a farewell present. And man, do they blow the doors off of farewell presents. The shot of
It's my quote.
The shot of him standing at the door, just knock, 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 knock. Just like, hello? Just reads the note. My God. Just the 2 bags of cocaine and a willing sex robot. Mindy's in heaven. She is now officially in her good place.
I'm gonna say my line now. He goes, my wind chime, or my penis is a wind chime, and she goes, I can work with that.
And it just drags him in.
Ryan knows us too well because if we got to the end, I was gonna beg to go first.
Yep.
Well, he didn't say the quote exactly right, so you can still take it.
Yeah,
no, he didn't. Right. And what I love about that,
you can take it. I'll let you.
When he explains like about the wind chimes, you just hear this
ding, 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 ding. And just Mindy's just ready to go, man. Just I can work with that.
And then he's actually pulls away. He's like, all right.
You know, eventually you get tired of cheating Eleanor.
Yeah. Yeah. And you need some freaky wind chime penis.
I'm sure he's got a tongue. I'm sure he can work that out.
You know, when there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
If Jason could somewhat figure out how to maybe have sex with Janet, then I'm sure Mindy St. Clair can figure out something with Derek.
Do you think some sort of Pavlovian response is going to happen there where every time she hears a wind chime, it's go time?
Maybe. I really don't want to spoil what Mindy St. Clair does with Jason, but it's good. I do kind of
Derek, you mean?
Yes, Jason Mantzoukas. I'm sorry. I told you it was gonna happen.
It's like Halloween all over again, damn it.
Man, it's the Halloween. Context clues. We figured it out.
Thank you.
I know, but you know, I like to be a dick about these things.
And I was getting close to spoiling something anyways, and you got me out of it. So we're good. Let's move on to Best Self. Best Self is another sort of bottle episode, but also kind of not. It actually just kind of feels like a plot line finale, I guess is what I'll call it. Because not a season finale, not a series finale, but it definitely has a finale vibe to it. And complete with like slow motion, like dancing your feelings away sequence. Like this is a finale. That said, a very good one. Kind of pulls your heartstrings a little bit. Doesn't quite get me to misty-eyed nature. Doesn't really go for those yet. The show will do that. And my goodness, when it decides to do that, it will kick you in the feels hard. If you couldn't figure it out, this has that capability to it yet. There you go.
Unless you're an emotionless robot like me.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about people, Matt. People.
People, not British people.
Yes.
I didn't make the joke. Just for the record, that was Matt, the British person.
He's lying, everybody.
Don't let it control you.
Very good voice actor, Bryan Dressel.
No, thank you. I really like Best Self. I like everything about it. I like the Michael not torturing them, but not knowing what to do. He's now at the point where he has to fulfill his promise, and he's forking clueless. He has no idea how to get them from the bad place to the good place. No clue whatsoever. So he decides to stall and spin wheels, and he creates a golden balloon that has a morality checker to see if you are your best self to get on the golden balloon. Clearly meant to break, but it leads to some pretty great moments.
Yeah, it does.
Sure it does.
It really does.
God.
I knew that this could not have concluded with them making it to the good place just by dint of where in the season it's falling, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that we have 2 more seasons and we don't need to worry about that. But I did not expect the completely clueless portion of it.
Yeah.
I guess. I didn't expect him to have a surefire plan, but I thought this was going to be the point where they started their journey to the good place, which still ends up happening just under different circumstances.
In a way, yeah. The rest of the show, in a way, is them figuring out how to get to the good place. It's not a straight line by any imagination. Sure. But this one does a great job of like letting people like, so the whole idea is you have to stand on the scale, and if it shines green, you are your best self. You can go to the good place. So they're not all going to get green. And I really appreciate the approach to why they're not all getting green. I love Chidi's rationale because it actually is something that I think would have forked with my own head of there's been like, you can guarantee, for a fact, there is a multiversal version of yourself now. You know it because there's a version of you that you don't know, and it guaranteed existed. So there's no way for you to know if you are the best version of yourself because there are all these other versions of yourself that have now existed officially.
And it's not even like 2 or 3 as well. It's like 800 and odd.
Yeah.
Like if it was like 2 or 3, you could maybe sort of like convince yourself, no, I'm the best one because, of this stuff that we've done now and blah, 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 blah. But like when it's 800 and odd, that's a lot of different decisions that could have been made. And
you just don't
like
know.
it's gonna be one little bit, one percentage point bit further on, and you're not the best version.
Yeah.
And leave it to Chidi to just infect everybody with this thought and ruin everybody's day.
But he's not wrong. Like I love it. Like, how do I not know that version 100 of me is better, or 80, or this? And Jason with or 69, or 420.
Yeah. And didn't Eleanor like point at him too?
No, they just do like a very casual eye contact, that little high five. Like,
yeah, that's right.
Bam.
That's right. Yeah, it's not that Chidi's wrong. It's just that he's intellectualizing a fairly straightforward concept of just like, are you good to go right now?
Yeah. And like it speaks to Michael of like, when in doubt, lean on the skills you have, which are kind of torture. It's not trying to torture them. He's honestly not. He just doesn't know what else to do, so he leans on a version of torture to spin wheels and try to figure out if he can somehow pull a way to the good place out of his ass.
Right.
Or Ash, sorry. And I really enjoy it because then you get Michael's confession too of like, this isn't what you think it is. I just didn't know what to do. Like, do you have any idea what I've been through? Like, I found I've been wrong about all this stuff and this, that, and the other. Real rock bottom for a demon, I tell you.
That was a good line. I like that one.
But they agree they're forked. Nope, not going to work. We're going to have to wait for them to go through Mindy St. Clair's and it's come pick us up. And I guess it is what it is. Kind of a bummer, but whatever. So they throw themselves a farewell party and I love it. It's a very like almost cathartic as a fan just watching like they have come a long way. Even if these two haven't, like this version of them hasn't been around as long as the version that we started with, it still feels like the same characters. Like they've done enough to make them get to that point where it doesn't feel like we have a whole new cast.
It's also the first time you see them happy, like truly happy during this space. And it's when they finally accept their fate and can just, be in the moment in a world where they've been always forced into these terrible circumstances.
Yeah.
So it's finally, really it's gratifying.
Yeah. They're finally off the hook. They know what's going on. There's no more waiting. There's no more curious anything. They can just be themselves and they throw themselves a party and they even thank Michael in a very, very sweet way. And they get him a human starter kit.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's so good.
the
It's
human
so good.
sidekick is so good.
Band-aids for my feeble body.
For my stupid feeble body or stupid fragile body.
Dr.
Cookies.
Oz.
Oh,
It's
these so I
preferably
can lose
small
these.
with a stupid company logo.
Dr. Oz, because you're all gullible.
You're all such suckers. Just the car keys so I can lose them and do that thing where
That thing
where are they?
Where I just put down. Where are my car keys?
Like, it becomes a thing throughout the rest of the show where we really find out that Michael has always been obsessed with humans. And like,
Mhm.
it starts becoming more and more clear. It already kind of has, like, we got that in season 1 with the, like, I wanted to be able to say, take it sleazy to somebody or try a saltine.
Yeah, yeah.
And I like
That's
whenever
funny.
they,
I was literally just thinking about that scene, like
yeah,
Yeah.
going back because it's very kind of like similar to that in like, but then it's like them giving him that gift. It's yeah,
it's the whole thing of like, the best lies have a bit of truth in them. So
Yeah.
Michael is just kind of being himself. He was interested in humans, and like that was there. And now he just can be more honest about it. They give him his human starter kit, and he's just so touched with all the useless junk that he has no real use for,
yeah.
or the total garbage he has no real use for.
Yep.
Like, his delivery on those lines is always just so damn good. Man, I love it. But they have to figure out a plan. We know the show isn't ending here, as Joel said. This isn't even the end of the season yet. And we know, sitting here in the future, there's 2 more seasons. They are not just going to go to the bad place now. They have to have a plan, although that does include going to the bad place now.
Right. And it's interesting that Tahani, of all people, was the one that came up with the idea, because you don't see that kind of like light bulb moment
I was just gonna say that.
in the same way that like Eleanor has these realization moments. So it's also nice that somebody with not a lot of time in that space finally gets to be included in it and be part of the sort of genius planning.
I think because of the idea it is, though, the only person who could have thought of that is Tahani. It's literally she is the Karen of the group to just sort of like, I want to speak to your manager. Like, and that is essentially what the plan is, to go and complain to the manager.
Yeah. And not a bad plan. I mean, no one's ever tried it before, according to the show. So, we'll see. It's a dangerous plan. They have to go.
It's really the only option.
Oh.
It's the only option.
Yeah, right. It's
Yeah.
the Eleanor, what do we have to lose? kind of thing.
And
it's like
Eleanor's right.
Either we're gonna get tortured now, or we're going to lose and get tortured then. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, they're
may as
going
well
to the
swing.
bad place. They're going to the bad place at some point. They may as well try and go on their own terms and try, at least
Exactly.
try to get
It's-
to see the manager.
It's a very human thing to want to feel like you have agency
Yeah.
in your work, right? In your life.
And I
And
buy
hope.
it. It's a very good tee up for the rest of the season. Like, that's like, okay, we're gonna see how this works, and we might get to see the bad place now. I mean, we do. We've they're going there. That's not a spoiler.
Ryan.
I mean, technically, we've already seen the bad place anyway because of the flashbacks to when Michael was
That's true.
coming up with the thing.
That's true.
We've seen bits of it. We've seen the sort of like the offices of the bad place.
Yeah, but
We're
I'm
gonna
really
get to see
looking forward.
We're gonna get to see the shop floor of the bad place.
I'm really looking forward to seeing like the nitty gritty of what the bad place entails.
I don't want to spoil anything for you. I will say this much: it was not what I expected, and I still enjoy it for that. I should have expected it, but it wasn't what I expected, and we'll find out next week more what I mean by that.
Right.
Anything else we've missed in this episode that we need to talk about? I didn't mention my quote because we didn't get there organically, so I will bring it up in my quotes. Anything else?
I mean, there's a good bit of like the setup of them explaining how to get rid of a Janet, and then like he uses that to get rid of bad Janet.
Oh yeah, that was good.
So it's like, we've had that setup of like, a few episodes before with the whole Janet malfunction thing, and then now he has that knowledge and just gets rid of bad Janet so that good Janet can sort of like take her place.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. That was a good moment.
Yeah.
And I love Darcy's as bad Janet is some of the funniest stuff ever.
Because
Like,
as he's
yes.
doing it as well, she's like, what are you doing, loser?
Yeah. I love her constant calling people a fat dink. Like, it's always like, we didn't mention it in the episode where they got the Janet, but like when they have the bad Janet pretend to be a good Janet, one of the funniest things ever. Just would you like a cookie? I recommend this one. It has this, and your dad's salty nuts, you fat dink. She's just the best character or best actor in this show outside of Ted Danson. I'm sorry, Ted Danson he's just gonna win everything for me. But Darcy's a very, very close second. She even outshines him in a few episodes. All right, anything else? Then I might have steamed over. Are we moving into quotes? Cool. Joel's going first because he said he wanted to.
Well, I'm not saying that line because it's already been brought up here. But all right, let's see here. And to Janet, the best robot, not a robot, girl, not a girl, and a straight up hottie. I am attractive, yes. Any of us could have ever asked for. Thanks, guys. Because of the way we were conceived of and created, Janets don't typically give speeches. Oh, she's done. She's not going to give a speech.
That's not the leap of faith one though. That was in Best Selves.
Oh, whoops. I forgot to tell you how to do the first episode.
What did I do?
We made it this far before the system broke down. I'm proud of us.
Janet's glitching.
Normally, I'd love to hear a man call a woman crazy.
Okay, he redeemed himself.
All right, I'm gonna go next. So this is in the episode where Sean is there and everyone's going crazy and all the bad people are there, right? That's this one. Sorry, all four episodes are starting to mix in my head.
Just do both quotes. Just do both quotes like Joel did.
Just doing both like quotes. That's gonna be easier. This system's not staying after this week. Gosh darn it. I like the other system better, but whatever. So for my first episode, it's gonna be a first time this is happening. I'm doing a Tahani quote. Tahani hasn't broken into my quotes yet, but she had a good one in this episode. She's talking about her good friend Ben Affleck.
Oh man, I was gonna do that one. It's the way she says it. It's so good. Funny.
What about the Russell Crowe one?
No, I'm taping it. So it's just like my friend Ben Affleck. He's all, I'm gonna be a serious artist after directing Argo. Then guess what, Tahani? I'm gonna be Batman.
Well, it was like that was the thing. Like, so like the way that like she said it is like Ben Affleck told me he'd matured enough after he directed Argo, but then right on schedule is guess what, Tahani? I'm gonna be Batman.
It's so good. For the next episode when they're waiting
the
around,
right on schedule thing, but it was like it's perfect on that though. It's like so right on schedule. Guess what? I'm gonna be Batman.
So good. For my next episode, it's a Jason quote. Most of mine usually are, but this one was really good. And it has a follow-up of the Cheaty quote, and I think that's what makes it great. They're talking about how they missed that they're in the bad place, and they're sitting down with their huge cups of frozen yogurt. And Jason talks about being in the good place. He's like, man, I loved eating this. You know, it's yogurt, then diarrhea, then yogurt, then diarrhea. Maybe I should have figured out this was the bad place because of all the diarrhea. And Cheaty just hits him with the, maybe you shouldn't be eating all that frozen yogurt right now. You're going to be on a balloon, man.
Yes, he's clearly like lactose intolerant or something like that, right? There's dairy in fruit. Yeah.
But like Cheaty, who always has trouble like ever making a decision, doing anything, just cuts through with this very clear line of reasoning. You're going to be on a balloon, man.
I think Cheaty's more worried about being on the balloon with Jason at that
totally
point.
Fair. Totally fair. All right. We're going to just keep going in the circle that I'm going in, which means Matt is next.
When you proposed this new form of torture, we all laughed behind your back. Some people called you names like the Thomas Edison of incompetence or that dick.
It's a hell of a nickname.
Oh god, then straight into the next one as well. All right. You're mad at me? I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Oh, come on. Everyone knows that's worse.
Poor Michael and all of his damn new human feelings. All right, Ryan, bring it home.
Mine is when Cheaty was talking to Michael after they, told him how he figured everything out, and he goes, "We got all 4 of your clues," and Michael goes, "Oh, that's great. Actually, I left you more than 1,200 clues because of." He goes, "I'll do it because of how primitive your brains are, but I'm glad that you got enough to figure it out." So that was good. And then my other one is two Jason quotes. I don't know which one to use, whether it's the hot air balloon, or
The ultimate
metaphor,
shotgun one.
the Skrillex concert, or best versions of himself. So I'm just gonna say, "Are you all right?" Kind of. I asked Michael if I could pop the giant balloon, and he said no. Then I asked if I could suck the helium out to make my voice funny so it cheers everyone out, and he just kind of sighed and walked away. So I guess that one's still on the table.
There's a lot of good Jason lines here. Like when Michael starts sobbing and they're talking, and Jason just goes, "This is the best summer ever, you guys."
I'd love to know how much of his lines are improv.
Improv.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
Like how much is just this guy just cutting through this nonsense with just this completely ridiculous lines? And it could be none. The writers are good enough that this could just be happening. But I'd love to know like how much is just him being him.
I mean, there's so much as well. Like the dialogue in the first episode. I'm just looking like all the other lines that I'd written down. There's so many like little very quick ones in the
Yeah.
first. They're so good. Like Sean, you go, "You're not a demon. You're a jerk."
Yeah.
It's like- And then like I can't believe no one had this one from Derek. Maximum Derek.
Yeah, that was
I
a
wrote
great
it. I
one.
wrote it down.
I wrote down
Yeah.
Maximum Derek. I also wrote down like the Michael line where he just cuts through all the nonsense just to vent some demon feelings on humans. When he talks about kissing, which gross.
Your
Kissing is
Yes.
gross. You're just mashing your food holes together. They're not for that.
Love isn't a triangle; it's a 5-dimensional blob.
Yeah. That was actually I it might have been Etsy, but I thought it was a good place store. I could be wrong, but they sold that as a t-shirt for a while. It just had like a blob on it and just said love, and then in the back had that quote. It might have been an actual good place thing, it might have been an Etsy fan thing, but either way I saw that shirt. And I almost bought that shirt, but I didn't.
That'd be a good shirt to have.
Yeah.
I do like the text message Michael gets from
Yes,
Sean at the end of the episode. It's like,
that's so good.
finish shutting everything down. Sending train first thing tomorrow. Humans will be captured and tortured soup. Sorry, autocorrect, soon. Although weirdly, I did just finish turning someone into soup. So random. Okay, bye.
With the emoji. Yeah, you
The
can't
emoji.
you can't get rid of the I uncomfortably relate to that too much because I'm not good at conveying tone when I write things. So that's like sometimes my tell where it's just like, okay, I need to make it obvious that I'm not being an ass right now.
Guys, I
Ash.
think I'll probably be at a Skrillex concert and I'll be waiting for the bass to drop. And it never come.
And that would not be my personal hell, but it would be very frustrating. I don't
Yeah.
disagree with him. Like that would be a very annoying concert.
we do like the reason why I was gonna choose the other one when Jason says or 69 or 420. It's just the reaction of Eleanor and just the high five with no facial expression. Just
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They don't even like look at each other.
no,
It's
it's
a
just
very- yeah.
pop.
Yeah.
So that unspoken friendship between Eleanor and Jason that it doesn't
Yep.
pop up that often, but when it does, I love it.
But they are so like-minded.
Yeah, like Eleanor's not proud of it, but she knows it's there. Jason has
I mean,
no
there's-
clue what's going on, and he's just like happy to have a friend.
Yep.
There's a reason why, like, the logic leap that Eleanor made in the first season to Jason being her soulmate actually made sense.
Yep.
As well.
Yeah. She was not that far off. I think we've done it. I think we've talked these 2 episodes as much as we can. We do have what 3? Yeah, 3 more episodes left in this season.
Yep.
I am excited for them. They're all very good. We get the actual spoilers there. I didn't actually say it, but that's coming, and I'm excited for it. You have no clue what I'm talking about unless you know what I'm talking about. We do get to see the bad place in the next episode. Name in the next episode is Rhonda, Diana, Jake, and Trent. I'm not going to spoil what any of those people are, but I love it. Some good stuff. We get a cameo, the closest thing I think we'll ever get to a cameo beyond the season 4, where there's an actual just straight up called out cameo in it, and it's hysterical. Not to spoil anything, I won't say who it is. But this one, if you're familiar with Kristen Bell outside of The Good Place, there's a very good cameo in this one. That's all I'm going to give you. I'll let you
Sounds really wicked.
Not that
No?
wicked. Not
Okay.
wicked. It's not wicked or Frozen.
I think I caught on to the marriage of your ideas.
There we go. Someone's picking it up. He's great in this.
It makes sense.
Just hysterical. And they only have like one moment together, but man, it's a good moment of like, I love just knowing that you two are people. And that's all I'm going to say on it. People should tune in. They should watch these episodes along with us because this is just a phenomenal show. Quick round of plugs and we'll say goodbye. This show and every other show on the ATH Network, check out athpod.com or head over to YouTube where After the Hype is still kicking it. Nothing's changed since last week. We still only have the Fast and Furious as Muppets, but we have more planned, including things like Pulp Fiction and other ones that I'm forgetting the names of right now. I think somebody said Blade Runner. We might do Blade Runner. That'd be a fun one.
That'd be good.
Muppets.
I think Apocalypse Now will be funny.
You keep mentioning, I need to rewatch Apocalypse Now before I can do it with Muppets because I haven't seen it in a very, very long time. That one's a tough one to watch over and over again, so I just haven't, but I would. I'm for it. I'll need to stay
out of the Blade Runner one.
Okay. I've also had I think Brock mentioned Full Metal Jacket. I'm like, that would be a funny one. Very disturbing one. But
just the drill sergeant's still human. That's the only way that it works for me, I think.
I was gonna keep Vincent D'Onofrio human and make everybody else Muppets, just so his like madness is a little bit more going mad.
I would have the Count be the drill sergeant.
Oh, we hadn't used Sesame Street characters, but man, you just made a solid argument to bring them in. One shot, two shot. I'm for it. Okay, that's it for my plugs. Joel, what you plugging?
Super GT Radio is a video game podcast about indie games and all things adjacent. We recently played a game called Toaster Side, which if you ever wanted to be in a house and use a ripcord as a toaster to find your way into the nearest bath with somebody standing in it, that's your go-to. So
sold. Is this on Steam?
Yes.
Sold. What the hell is that? That's ridiculous. I'm into it.
So you're trying to kill the person with the toaster?
Of course. There's a demo out there too, so feel free.
Why do I need a demo? They have my money. I said sold. Buy it right after this podcast. What the hell is that? I'm very intrigued.
And no one heard from Bryan again.
I mean, that's what it was like when I first downloaded Animal Well. I had to take breaks from Animal Well, or I would have just disappeared into the well. I took so many breaks I haven't played in like 2 weeks now because I'm like, this thing is obsessive. Ryan, what you plugging?
You can find me on Front Row Network where I do movie reviews of all kind, but you can also check me on my channel, Front Row Flashbacks, where we do movies of 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. I don't know if we'll be back. I don't. Maybe.
If you ever need a guest host, you got 3 sitting here on this podcast with you. I'm sure any of them would jump on at some time.
Yeah.
You ever do Commando?
Okay.
I love that film.
That one?
Commando.
Yeah, I know what movie you're talking about.
That is such a Matt movie.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Like, yeah, I can. Yeah.
It's just.
Why are you even questioning
Arnold Schwarzenegger nonsense? Though. Great.
Hey,
I don't
remember when I said I was going to kill you last?
I lied.
Okay, I should rewatch Commando. I own Commando because I got it as a like a double feature with Eraser when I bought it on. I bought it on Blu-ray. So
Commando is definitely the better of those 2 films.
I love Eraser. How
I love
dare
Eraser
you?
Too. You know why?
Yeah,
James Caan.
Because he shoots an alligator and calls it luggage. That's all you need to know. It's a great movie. Or falling out of the plane, crashing. Where am I? Earth. Welcome. Great movie.
Why are you late? Traffic.
Great movie. Matt, what you plugging?
Commando.
Everyone should watch Eraser. Thank you so much.
Everyone should watch Commando. It's a great film.
I'll give it another shot. I have some nights in Vegas where I'm avoiding things, so I can stay in a hotel room and watch Commando. I guess why not? Yeah. All right.
Hotel room sounds like the right place for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's that or go out into Vegas and.
Are you gonna let off some steam?
Let off some steam.
Hey, Bennett.
And with that, we're going to say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Wrong. Sorry, that was another Commando.
Say your thing, Matt, so I can stop recording.
Go fork yourself.
Fork off and go fork yourself.